Good morning, all. I'd like to start by greeting and welcoming all attendees of this FIB webinar and publicly thank the speakers for once again being able to collaborate with FIB. My name is Eduardo Júlio and I'm the convener of FIB Task Group 8.1. Eduardo Cavaco, Secretary of FIB Task Group 8.1, and me, we are the editors of this FIB Guide on Protection, Repair and Strengthening Methods for Concrete Structures that was published as FIB Bulletins 102 and 103, the former covering 12 protection and repair methods and the latter addressing 12 strengthening methods. This guide aims at providing both guidelines and case studies, serving as support to the application of FIB Model Code 2020 pre-normative specifications. This guide is the result of the activity developed by FIB Task Group 8.1 in the last years and counts with the contribution of a large number of experts from different countries and with different backgrounds, some from the academia, others from the industry, who acted either as authors or as reviewers. For each protection, repair, and strengthening method addressed in the guide, readers have a description of when to adopt it, which materials and systems are required, which techniques are available, and what kind of equipment is needed. It then presents a summary of stakeholder roles and qualifications, design guidelines referring to most relevant codes and references, the intervention procedure, quality control measures, and monitoring and maintenance activities. On September 14th, we had the first webinar on Bulletin 102 that will soon be available at FIB YouTube channel. And today we will have a second webinar on FIB Bulletin 103. This practice of promoting FIB bulletins started with Bulletin 80, although with a different format, and was repeated up to Bulletin 92. The webinar format was adopted later with Bulletin 96 and kept since then. The main goal of these webinars is to present an overview of the bulletin's content. For that purpose, in today's webinar, we count with the main authors of each chapter of FIB Bulletin 103. Presentations will have a duration of 20 minutes and will be followed by a 10 minutes question and answer period in which questions posted by attendees during the presentation will be raised by Eduardo Cavaco or me and answered by the speaker. In case there are questions unanswered due to lack of time, since we need to comply with the schedule, these will be answered later and sent by email to attendees. So, welcome once again. I wish you all a very fruitful working day.
As my colleague Eduardo Júlio just said, during the day we'll have the intervention of the main authors of each chapter of FIB Bulletin 103. These are highly qualified experts from different countries and with different professional profiles, researchers, designers, and contractors. These different perspectives and approaches were fundamental for the development of the FIB Bulletin 103, and for sure will turn the following presentations much more interesting and the Q&A session much more fruitful. So let's now have a short overview of the program. In the morning session, Andreas Lampropoulos will cover the frame encasement and steel jacking techniques, while Renata Coutinho will address the jacking with FRPs. After a short break, Ivica Ivanovic and Luís Guerreiro will speak about different seismic protection techniques. Norbert Handel will discuss the concrete overlaying, and Francesco Bencardino will hand the morning session debating the use of textile reinforcement applied externally. After the lunch, Luís Correia will keep on the topic of external reinforcements, this time using FRP that can also be mounted near the surface of concrete. Then we changed to the topic of, we changed the topic a bit, and Alexandre Pinto and the duo formed by Feng Qing and Jiwa Zhu will present the techniques of strengthening foundations with steel micropiles and impressed current cathodic protection and structural strengthening, respectively. The last two presentations are devoted to the RC jacketing and external post-tensioning and will be performed by Eduardo, Júlio together with me and Jan Laco, respectively. I remember once again that during all the presentations, the audience is invited to put questions to the speakers using the Q&A button in the Zoom toolbar. The 10 minutes following each presentation will be given to the speakers to answer these questions. Finally, I also would like to wish you all a very fruitful working day.